Hello, everybody. It is I, the man of the hour, the one, the only, Sonic the Supreme, also known as Foxy Flyer. Welcome to another stream, an early stream, which will become a video eventually when stream is over. I'm here to make some very, very big announcements. I know last stream was a bit of a doozy and pretty emotional for me, of course. But I'm working on some stuff and working on myself, so don't worry. I am A-OK. All fine. But I am proud to make some very special announcements for all of you to hear. Now, I know last stream was a handful of information about me, of how I've been doing, how I'm working, and what is to come in the future for Sonic the Supreme / Foxy Flyer. I want y'all to know that the projects I'm working on are work in progresses. Every last one. Now, am I proud to be a voice actor, an official voice actor? Yes. Am I excited to reveal y'all some of my roles and upcoming projects? Indeed. I am very, very excited to tell y'all this news finally. I am really over my heels to tell y'all these things. It might not sound like it because I am very cold at the moment, but I'm very excited. Don't let my voice say otherwise. But things are to come, things are to go. But what's up to me is what I do for such stuff. You can probably tell by the thumbnail of the little stream today. I'm working on a little Roblox game with one of my friends. Well, some of my friends. And soon to be working on other stuff. And have been working on other stuff, some side projects here and there. But I'm here to say if you haven't known for a while, I've been teasing in some of my streams that I will be hosting my first annual pilot episode not animated, by the way, on here streams, my pilot episode for my first ever StreamYard series, Sonic Darkness Adventures, will come out soon. Maybe this week, maybe next week, who knows? I'm excited to be for sure posting it finally. Yes. Am I ready for some stuff to happen with it? Indeed. Will I be collabing with people for said series? Maybe. I could try and cook up some people. But no. For now, I will say Sonic Darkness Adventures will be coming out with its pilot episode soon. Talking about indie stuff, though, I'm voicing an upcoming FNAF indie series called Ashes and Animatronics. I voice main character himself, Sam. Now, what's Ashes and Animatronics, you may ask? Ashes and Animatronics is a fan-made FNAF series that originated on Scratch. I originally heard of the project due to one of my friends auditioning for that, and I heard one of my friends was making it and offered up the character Sam. I was originally skeptical to voice such a character, because usually I am for like big characters like that. Because my first ever official voice acting role was actually, surprisingly, in Power Foxo. If you don't know what character I voiced for Power Foxo, I would suggest watching some of my old streams. But I voiced the character Moonlight Damie. Moonlight Damie was one of those characters that seemed innocent and then turned out to be the villain. And I like characters like that. It best describes me as a person. But I'm excited to see what peak ideas will come with the creator when I voice Sam for the indie series. But that's not all. I'm voicing in yet another game for a group. So now Power Foxo isn't just my only one. I'm here to announce I will be voicing in an upcoming game and co-hosting said game, Emperor Escape, a game similar to Forsaken. And I know what you're saying. Foxy Flyers, Sonic the Supreme, how similar to this game is to Forsaken? And my good answer, similar playing style. One killer. Some events sometimes where it makes it more than one killer. Everyone else, survivors. Gotta survive, do tasks, so win the round. Easy. I voice some of the main characters and killers. My own character named the Beast, being a proud example. And I know what you're saying. Fox, see, by Sonic the Supreme. Weren't you originally only gonna voice in games that other people made other than yourself? Like Power Foxo as Moonlight Damie? And my good answer is yes, I was originally going to do that. But once I did my thing in Power Foxo, I felt the courage to voice act in other stuff. Like, for example, I used to voice Sonic for Tails' stuff, for his Detective Tales series. I also voiced as many other characters. Like a little day shift guard for an upcoming FNAF game. Great, here we go again. Another night at this heck hole. But that's not all. I will be hosting a VA Q&A with me. Since, my series Sonic Darkness Adventure will be coming out with its pilot episode soon. Where I will be there, since I'm the voice of Sonic, and a couple other characters that are not yet to be able to reveal yet, but I'll reveal one. Fleetway Supersonic will be a character in this. Think, Sonic, think. You'll outlast every single Mobian here if you don't do what you need to do. And another good question I've been asked is, will I still voice for Power Foxo's group? Of course. If they need me as Moonlight Damie again, all they gotta do, ask me. I'll say yes, and I'll voice. Besides, it's gonna be a little hard to get rid of me. I like voice acting, if you couldn't tell. But wait, there's more.
What do you mean there's more, sir?
There is. I'm not just voicing in upcoming games or series. I'm also voicing for a comic dub group. For a Sonic the Hedgehog thing. I also voice these in a bunch of my other projects that I created. Showman's Rehearsal as the Ringmaster. Here, I'll give y'all an example of his voice. Greetings! Let's all have a splendid show out there. And more famously, my main character for my FNF series coming out sometime. I don't know when. Sage Speedster Hedgehog. I could see it coming from miles. And yeah, there's a lot of big stuff I'm working on. Like my own series for StreamYard episodes for Sonic Darkness Adventures. Once again, pilot coming out soon, so don't worry. Not only that, but I am soon to release a new thing for Voidmaster. But here, I will answer questions from some of my friends that I've been getting recently about Power Foxo and everything outside voicing. Let me pull up my notes because I wrote them down. Question about Power Foxo. If Moonlight Damie were to return to a Power Foxo game, would you voice him? Willingly? Yes. I mean, I think I'm still his voice actor recently. I think last time I voice acted him was in, I forget what it's called. I think it's Search for the Souls? Search for Souls? It's a game. There's a game out there where I voice Moonlight Davey, and it's new. I think it's not even out yet. Is it? I don't know. Go check it out. You should play it. Go to the website. That I'll try to post in the comments later. Or in the description, maybe. I don't know. Whichever one works. Another question about Power Fox, though. We heard over on Scratch that you and Power Foxo were going to collab eventually. Is that still happening? Yes, originally I was going to collab with Power Foxo. Don't know if it's still happening. But I was indeed. Ooh. Okay, that's interesting, guys. Clip that. Clip the guys. Clip this. Clip this. Clip this chat right here. This comment right here. Clip it. Whoa, guys. Whoa. A game where I latest voice Moonlight Davey. Whoa. But yeah, about the collab thing again. Indeed, Power Fox and I were supposed to collab with my character, Voidmaster. He was indeed going to appear in a Power Fox game that does not make anything in that game canon towards Voidmaster's lore. Do note that. Anything Voidmaster does do in a Power Fox game is not canon to his character unless, I say so. Because I did hear some people on Scratch trying to put out false rumors about Voidmaster, being in a Power Fox game. Which they were saying like, oh, Voidmaster's canon to Sunshine Raimi. That's not it at all. Voidmaster is indeed part of his own universe, away from Sunshine Raimi and all those other Power Foxo games. Here's a really good question I always get about Power Foxo. Have I played their games? Yes. Most of them. Of course I play the ones that I voice in, or my characters are in. Like Roballs, I have like 4 to 5 characters of mine in it, and their weapons. Well, 2 of them. You first voiced Davey in Sunshine Raimi Search for Souls. Indeed. That was, by the way, guys, if y'all didn't know that, Sunshine Raimi Search for Souls was my first official voice act thing. Like when I first officially became a voice actor for something. Did it get a lot of players? I don't know. I haven't checked. I don't know how to. But do I know that people loved Moonlight Davey? Yes, after getting sent fan art from my viewers. A bunch of my OC dressed up as Shen. Moonlight Davey. Which is very cute, by the way, guys. Thank you for the fan art. Another good question I get asked about Power Foxo is, what is my relationship like with Power Foxo? Like, am I good friends with the team? Yes. I'm very good friends with the team. Have I met other members of the team? Some of them. Some being voice actors, some being artists, and some being the main person behind Power Foxo. But being the voice actor I am, of course I'm going to meet the other voice actors. It's part of being one. Here's one I wanted to talk about. Question about Power Foxo. Wasn't there going to be a Power Foxo game where it's a fighting game, and wasn't that going to be a game y'all collab with each other on? The fighting game was not confirmed. I know someone out there jokingly said something about a Power Foxo fighting game and asked me if Voidmaster would be a good character. Which my answer was, I feel like Voidmaster would be a perfect fit. Even though he'd probably be out of place with the color, since he's supposed to be dark and airy and, creepy, like the guy he is. And then you just got all the Power Foxo characters who are just, some of them being the opposite of Voidmaster. Yeah, I thought so. Because indeed, Power Foxo and I once again were supposed to collab with the fighting game, with Voidmaster being one of the characters. That and maybe, just maybe, Sage Speedster Hedgehog. I may scrap the idea of Sage Speedster Hedgehog being in it and replace him with another character of mine from a famous game that's got a lot of love recently, which would be Showman's Rehearsal Ringmaster. Which, talking about collabs of mine, I'm collabing with many series. I'm collabing with Ashes and Animatronics, another series that originated on Scratch, with my main OC appearing as a background character, and me voicing in it as the main character. I'm also collabing with Shatterspace, with the Beast and Traveler. That and some skins that are collab skins. I'm also still looking for the voice actress. Well, that's real. I'm looking for a lot of voice actors for Sonic Darkness Adventures. By the way, chat, if anyone in my comments watches this and y'all want to start voice acting, you can always practice on Sonic Darkness Adventures. I'll probably have the Discord server join link in my description of this live stream. But other stuff I'm collabing with, Emperor Escape, this game I co-host. I'm collabing with Ringmaster, the Beast, the Traveler, and Hatterson in it. And yes, I know,
Foxy Fire, that's a lot of characters.
I took it up with the creator of the series, and he said I could add them. But here, back to more questions. Here's some questions about Ashes and Animatronics. Since the creator's not here, I can't answer most of these questions, but it's okay. I'll try and answer the ones I can answer the best I can. Question about Ashes and Animatronics. Do you know when the first episode's coming out? No. No idea. All I know is that it's gonna be around the main character, which I will show y'all his voice right now. I kinda got teleported here by a giant floating eye. Don't know if that's normal or... Oh, it is? Well, it's not really normal to other people. But yeah. Also, to prove to all of you I voice Moonlight Damie, if you reverse the voice lines for Moonlight Damie in the game, you'll get this. Or something like this. I'm trying to remember one of his lines. Trying to remember one of his lines. Trying to think of a voice line of his. I can't think of any right now, but I might do one later. Might, if I remember. Another question about Ashes and Animatronics. Will you co-host this series? From what I know, I am not co-host this series. I just voice act in it. That, and I'm a supporter for it. With hashtag love Ashes and Animatronics. Back to the questions with Tower Fox. Yes, guys, I'm the main villain. Wait, hold on. I can do a Damie. I can do somewhat of a Moonlight Damie voice right now. My throat is kind of sore, but here we go. Look at you, Sunshine Raimi. Look how pathetic you are. You're underneath me. I'm not afraid of anyone or anything that happens. Too bad. You won't live to see the sun explode as everything and everyone you know will all perish. You get it? I'm a villain, not a friend. I like villains like that. Honestly, I loved the idea of Moonlight Damie. Oh, I forgot bro was mute. But I just love villains who like act like the main character's friend, just for them to reach nearly the end, just for them to backstab them. Which I voice a lot of characters who are like that. For example, in Emperor Escape for a live event thing, I voiced John Doe, who was originally the friend of Builderman and them, but betrays Builderman and them. Which, surprisingly, I also voiced Builderman. And Shedlesky. Or, I'm sorry, in the game, he's known as Telemon. But other characters I voiced that are similarly like that is Voidmaster himself. Do you think I was gonna be your friend? Spare you? And not let you bleed out like every other threat I've dealt with? I'm a demon, an EXE, a demonic entity made to make people feel me. And everything and everyone will fear my name. cute. Ooh. You hear that, guys? If y'all look in the comments, here, I'll just show it on stage. Peak ideas coming soon, maybe. Peak in the work. But yeah, those are some of my big projects coming out soon. Time to get to the not too important ones. A little series I'm making on Scratch, which will be voice act and everything for lore, which is about the Beast, my custom-made character for an Asim game, which we'll talk about all about his backstory, who he is what he was, and how he ended up. Yes, I did. I am kind of sick at the moment. A little. Just a little. I have a movie coming up, guys. Don't worry. I'll make it to the movie at least. I promise. Also, I get a lot of questions about the Backrooms movie, and honestly, peak. That's all I can say about it. It's peak. Go watch it if you can. Favorite character? Can't say. Will I be delighted to voice other characters for Power Fox though? Of course. Will I voice act other stuff on Scratch? Maybe. When the opportunity comes. I know I voice a guy for upcoming Sonic, or similar to Sonic series, Flame Inferno. Wait until your moment exactly burns out like the insignificant fool that you are. Which is one of my favorite characters to voice in the whole series. Even though I only voice him in a background character, but that's despite the point. But now, time to talk about stuff for the channel. The channel? That's right, the channel. I said this before on another streaming platform, that and on other people's streams, that I will indeed be starting to post more recent, not too recent, and not too ongoing. So don't expect a video or a short every single day. But I will be posting daily posts on my channel. So do check them out. Where I basically talk about my life, how it went, and what important stuff happened. And maybe some behind the scenes. Behind the scenes? That's right, little Timmy. You get behind the scenes. Behind the scenes? Yes. Behind the scenes, the stuff I work on. Who would have thought of that, little Timmy? I don't know. You? You're right. It was me. Am I crazy for talking to myself? Probably. It's called voice acting. And I'm good at it, surprisingly. A question I am always getting, though, about me voice acting is what made me want to start and who inspired me. I don't know if y'all remember this person's channel, but if y'all do, congrats. Eth Goes Boom, a FNAF YouTuber who would voice act for gameplay videos of him voicing the FNAF characters like Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy. That's where my Foxy voice came from, and my Golden Freddy. Then I started seeing more people do it. And I started seeing certain famous voice actors like Kellen Goff. If you don't know him, he voices Overhaul, MHA, Glamrock Freddy, and Funtime Freddy for Five Nights at Freddy's, and Moon and Sun. Can't forget them. Or here's a better example: Michael Kovac, voice actor of Fantokyo from Billy Bus Stop, and from Murder Drones, or one of his most famous roles and most recent from an indie series, Jax from The Amazing Digital Circus. Most of my characters are based off of certain characters from other media. Sage being a proud example, reference to Jax. Love that guy. But what inspired me to voice act was those people. But what inspired me to do it was seeing how much communities loved seeing people voice act. So when I was little, I wanted to do it. So I practiced. I had little FNAF toys. Don't call me cringe for it. There are literally 22-year-olds who do it. So don't even think about it. Anyways, but I used to practice with those. Sometimes I would do like practice voice acting, like, I don't know, like Sonic. I used to do Sonic a lot. Or at the time when Bendy was first coming out, I did like a concept Bendy voice, which Bendy doesn't have a canonical voice. The Ink Demon does. But golly gee willikers, Boris, would be mine. I liked having that voice for Bendy because I thought like it felt like him. Since, he's a 90s cartoon, and usually some of the 90s cartoons sound like that. Good golly gosh, or something like that. So I based off mine for Bendy. I base off my voices off of many famous characters. Like, if you didn't know, for certain characters like Flame Inferno, I based him off of Shredder from Ninja Turtles, which is pretty cool. Moonlight Damie did get not that very special treatment, because Moonlight Damie is just my real voice, just like, cool down, chill. Basically, this voice for Moonlight Damie. So basically, when I go around, I did meet a Power Foxo fan in public once who realized I was the voice of Moonlight Damie somehow. And they fell in love with the character. Did I love the interaction? Of course. Love my fans. Some of them. Some of them can be, let's just say, pretty weird. Some. Not all. Some. Don't get it twisted. But I usually didn't do public voice acting until, Power Foxo was looking for voice actors for their series. I offered up as Moonlight Damie. I saw how some people were playing it, so I was like, maybe I did a right decision. So then I voiced Moonlight Damie again. Yes, again. Added my characters into another game by Power Foxo called Roballs, which is a pretty fun game. I play it sometimes when I'm bored. I still play it, despite, it not being important to Power Foxo lore. I kid you not, when I added my characters into that series, everyone thought my characters was now canon to the Power Foxo lore, and I was just like, no, not at all. Quite funny how y'all assume that, but no, not at all. None of my characters have met the Power Foxo crew or characters. Purpley, Willow, Sunshine Raimi. None of them. Will there be an instant where that happens? Maybe. If there's still a fighting game going on, I'm sure Voidmaster will have some lovely dialogue for certain characters. Some mean, some not mean, some not so friendly. Willow isn't? That's interesting. I didn't know that. I just used Bro as an example, though. So, please. You don't get mad. Please. I'm trying my best.
Please. Please, Grandpa. I'm tired of this.
We're too damn bad. I can't take it.
No.
But despite that, very excited for all this stuff to come out. Extremely. Ah, interesting. Surprisingly, I also have a character named Willow. Yeah, sure. But do look forward on another live stream, not later today, so don't expect it later today. But do probably expect one, not Wednesday, because I, once again, going to see a movie. And won't be available for a good while. But maybe Friday, or Sunday, Saturday, not the weekend. Just remembered what I had planned. But I, once again, very excited that I got to announce this stuff. Oh, and one more thing. Do be ready for art reveals, thumbnails for Sonic Darkness Adventures. Like the pilot and episode 1 and 2 and so on and so forth. But here, before I end stream, I'm going to explain to y'all what Sonic Darkness Adventures is. Sonic Darkness Adventures is a somewhat indie series all about Sonic, where Sonic stumbles upon a dark ring which spawns him and his friends in an opposite universe world of his own, with characters like Lord X being the main villain. Sonic has to face through many obstacles to get to the main villain. Memories of the past and stuff. And yeah. What will the pilot be based off of? The pilot will basically introduce the realm and introduce some of the characters, like Lord X himself, Sonic, Tails, and the main cast, Sonic. But it will also fall into two different things: the hero's point of view and the villain's point of view. And surprisingly, I already have questions about Sonic Darkness Adventures that my friends texted me. So, I'm going to read those out and answer them as well. Lovely. Yay. Love questions. I'm kidding. I love questions. Will we be introduced to old Sonic villains or classic Sonic villains like Metal or Eggman? Yes, we will. Sonic Darkness Adventures will introduce Eggman in them. And some, personally, in my opinion, better villains than Eggman. Another question. Will we get multiple seasons of the series? To that I say maybe, if the series does good and gets enough likes, which hopefully it does, since I will be trying to collab with big Sonic tubers to voice for it. Already have 2 in mind, which is Flame and a couple others. Maybe some of his people of his crew. Other questions. Will I voice more than just Sonic? Yes, I will voice multiple characters. To name a few, I will be voicing, and if I recall, all I have to do is look on the Discord server. I voice Sonic.exe, Mighty, and Sonic, and Fleetway. But yeah. Another question. Will the series eventually become an animated series? That I would have to say yes and no. I have no skill on animation. Coding, yes. And art, yes. But animation is a no-go. Never learn how to animate. I animate slow things, like little things, like Roblox characters and stuff. I just recently got into 3D modeling. So, yeah, and I'm probably not going to be able to find an animator that would do it for free. And, yeah. But if I do, that would be a most definite. But for right now, it's a yes and no. Oh, here's a good question that I got asked by most of my friends. Will the main characters die? Well, the short answer, yes. Main characters will get killed off. Will they appear in other episodes? Maybe. As ghosts? Oh, most definitely. But, right? To understand this, yes, some characters will indeed die and get the death treatment and not special treatment. But the villains, such as Lord X, some of them will also die. So the villains aren't safe either. I will confirm this. Sonic.exe and Lord X will both be characters that don't die. And since I revealed something about the villains, I'll reveal something about the heroes. Sonic himself will in fact die. But that is enough of this stream. I am sadly going to end it. I know this stream is pretty short, and I'm very sorry for that. But I am a very busy guy, and I tend to do things. But do keep a lookout on me on Cool Dude streams. And for all my viewers who will watch this as a video, hi, hello, and and like I always say for my outros, which I'm gonna say for this stream too, because I love giving shout outs before I end stream and doing my lovely little outro. Shout out to the lovely creator of Power Foxo and the whole team itself. Shout out to the creator of Ashes and Animatronics for letting me be a part of things. Shout outs to all the people that let me be a part of their stuff. And shout out to my friends who gave me these lovely little questions. Stay tuned for more stuff. And like my always normal outro, fly high, everybody. Be happy, stay happy. And I'll see you, all you lovely people, in the next live stream. Adios.